Soft music hums under the sound of rain. Thread sketches and fabric scraps cover the desk. Our designer, Alana, rubs her temples, staring at the half-finished gown before her.
Maybe I've lost it. Maybe I'm just not good enough anymore.
Her eyes blur with exhaustion. The candle flickers. She lays her head on the desk, and the world fades. A bell chimes. Elena jolts awake, but everything has changed. The sewing machines are replaced by wooden looms, lace and gold thread. Men and women in corsets and waistcoats bustle around her. Ah, you're awake, seamstress. The Queen awaits your genius. Her coronation gown must be ready in 3 days.
The Queen? 3 days? But
before she can protest, bolts of silk are placed in her hands. Her instincts take over. As she touches the fabric, the designs flow through her mind like memories from another lifetime. Her hands move, cutting, stitching, creating, faster and more confidently than she ever remembered.
The scenes you just watched were all created using Higgsfield Popcorn, a brand new multi-image generator that lets you create up to 8 scenes at once from just a single image and prompt. Think of it as your storyboard generator, image editor, and scene director all in one. And the best part? It maintains character consistency perfectly across every scene. It is like having Nano, Banana, and Sora, 2 combined, but with full creative control. Let me show you how it works. To follow along, use the link in the description to gain access to Higgsfield Popcorn. The first step in this process is to create a script. I asked ChatGPT to write a 3-minute story about a modern fashion designer who's exhausted, doubting herself, and then falls asleep and wakes up in the 1800s. ChatGPT gave me this detailed script with 5 scenes. After reading through it, I was happy with it, so I went ahead to ask ChatGPT how many images I'd need for each scene. You'll see why that's important in the next step. I also asked how many minutes each scene should take, so I could plan how to space out the number of images for the video. Once I had that, I started generating image prompts for the scenes because we'll be creating all our images at once. These are the prompts I used for scene 1 and also a detailed set for scene 2. Now, once all the image prompts were ready, it was time to generate the images themselves. I'll be using Higgsfield for this part. To create the single image we'll use for multiple generations, I clicked on Image, then selected Seedream 4.0. It opens up here because that's the model I wanted to use for this specific example. Next, I clicked on the plus sign and uploaded an image, the photo of a person I wanted to convert into a 3D animated character. Let me quickly show you how the real image looks. So this is the real life photo, and I wanted to turn it into a 3D Pixar style character, which I'll use as my single source image. Once I uploaded it into the box here, I typed in the prompt, create a 3D pixel style animation character. Then I clicked generate. You can choose how many versions you want to generate. I used 1, but you can create up to 4 at once. Here are a few I generated earlier. As you can see, it looks almost identical to the reference picture. This is the one I liked best, so this is what I'll be using going forward. After making sure everything looked right, I downloaded it to my computer. Now that we have our main image, the next step is to start creating scenes using the multiple image prompts we generated earlier, all built from that single source image. To do that, we'll be using Higgsfield Popcorn. Click on it and it opens up. Popcorn allows you to generate multiple images from one single image or prompt. I'll show you a couple of use cases so you can see how it works. Here, you can see 2 options, auto and manual. Auto allows you to upload up to 4 images, type in one single prompt to describe your scene, and then generate multiple images at once. In the results section, you can choose how many images you want, up to 8 at a time. Let's start with auto mode. Then I'll come back and show you how the manual mode works and compare. Click the plus sign, upload the animated character we created, and then describe your scene. Instead of describing every single image separately, I used a single master prompt that summarizes scene 1 as a whole. We'll come back to the 5-image breakdown later. Now I'll paste in that master prompt. This prompt describes what the lady is doing, a fashion designer working late at night, with a few key moments captured within scene 1. Next, I'll set the number of results to 5 since I want 5 images for this scene. Then choose the aspect ratio. Because this is for YouTube, I'll select 16:9 and click generate. Once you do that, the system takes all the information you've provided and creates the 5 images you requested, while keeping your character consistent throughout the scene. Now we'll wait for this to complete, but let me quickly show you an example of one that's already done. These are the images I generated. Let's hide the rest for now. This set looks really good. You can see that from a single prompt, it produced 5 consistent images. This is the first scene of the lady in her workshop with everything scattered around. In the next one, she's still in the same workspace. You'll notice the mannequin behind her and the environment stay consistent. The character also looks exactly like the reference image I used. Here's the next scene where she's sketching designs on her board, and then the one where she's falling asleep just as the prompt described. She was tired and dozed off while working. All 5 images are consistent across every scene. That's how you can use one single image and one prompt to generate multiple shots at once. If you were using a tool like Nano Banana, you'd have to generate each image manually, one after another, which takes much longer. But with Higgsfield Popcorn, everything is created in one go, saving you a lot of time. If the first generation doesn't give you what you're looking for, simply generate again. You'll often get even better results, just like I did here. I made several sets, but this last one turned out the best. Now that we've gone over auto mode, which lets you generate any number of results you want, let's move on to manual mode. In some cases, you may want more control over how each image looks. Click on manual, and here you'll describe what you want for each of the 5 results individually. This is where those image prompts we generated earlier become really useful. Go back to ChatGPT, copy all 5 image prompts and paste them here. I've already added mine, but there's something important to note. For example, in prompt number 3, it says, a young female fashion designer with slightly messy hair and a loose shirt. If you leave those prompts exactly like that, the system might override your reference image. To prevent that, replace generic terms like the designer with the woman or the man, depending on your character. That way, the model understands that you're referring to the same image you uploaded. Once all your prompts are ready, click Generate. Before doing that, it's important to know that this model is a bit sensitive with generating children. It may not produce images of kids or younger characters. It works best with adults or young adults. Now click Generate and it will begin creating your images. Here's the result. In manual mode, the first prompt appears last and the last prompt appears first. It starts with the studio scene, moves to her sketching, then shows her feeling frustrated, the candle and thread, and finally her falling asleep. These are the same images you saw in the video earlier, all cohesive with the same environment across all 5 scenes. That's how you can use Higgsfield Popcorn effectively. The auto option lets you generate everything with a single prompt and gives the AI creative freedom, while the manual option lets you control each image in detail before generation. Once you have all your images, repeat the same process for scene 2 and the remaining scenes until your entire story is ready. The next step is to animate all these images so we can put them together in a video editor. To do that, click on a single image, then the 3 dots, and select Animate. This opens the video section inside Higgsfield. For animation, I like to use Kling 2.1 because it allows start and end frame control. That gives the animation a smoother, more consistent flow. Before setting the start and end frames, I usually create transition prompts. A transition prompt tells the AI how to move from one image to the next. For example, from image 1 to image 2. I'll ask ChatGPT to generate those transitions between each pair of images. This ensures that the movement feels natural and cohesive. Here's an example: transition prompts that move from image 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and so on until the end of the scene. Once all the prompts are ready, I'll use the first scene as an example. In this case, the transition goes from her studio to her sketching on paper. I'll upload the first image as the start frame and the second as the end frame, meaning the animation begins in her workshop and ends with her sketching different designs. Then I'll paste in the transition prompt and choose a duration between 5 and 10 seconds. I prefer 10 seconds because the transitions feel smoother and I can always shorten them later while editing. Once that's set, click Generate. Repeat this process for image 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 to 5 until all clips for the scene are ready. Here's an example of one I generated earlier. It starts in the studio, then zooms into her hand, sketching designs on paper. That's how I created all the animated clips for scene 1 and scene 2. When each animation is ready, click Download to save it to your computer. Before editing, we need one more important element, the voiceover. For this, I use 11 Labs. Once you open the 11 Labs Audio Studio, paste in your script. Here, I'm using the script for scene 1 and scene 2. 11 Labs automatically assigns a default voice, but you can listen and choose the one you prefer. After that, assign each line to the correct speaker. For example, in the first 3 lines, the narrator is speaking, and the last line belongs to the lady. I make sure all these align properly. As you can see here, the narrator's lines are in yellow and the ladies are in purple. Once everything is assigned, click Export. Choose single file. No need for individual files right now, and it will begin exporting. When it's done, download it to your computer. Now we have our video clips and voiceover. Time to edit. I like to use CapCut for this. Import all your video clips and the voiceover, then arrange them in sequence from start to finish. Next, drag your voiceover into the timeline. As you listen through, make cuts where needed, maybe a section without dialogue or a part you want to refine. I often leave small gaps for background music or sound effects to fill in naturally. That's how I split the voiceover and build timing into the sequence. Now we have the videos lined up, transitioning smoothly from one image to another within each scene, all synced with the voiceover. To tie everything together, add sound effects and background music. CapCut allows you to generate or import music and sound effects directly. But I like taking it a step further by using 11 Labs Studio again to create unique sound effects that CapCut may not have. For this tutorial, I listened through the entire video and generated sounds for each section: light humming, paper ruffling, a ticking clock, and other ambient effects. I placed the background music on the base layer and the sound effects at specific moments to enhance the atmosphere. Once everything sounded right, I played through the video, made final adjustments, and clicked Export. When the export finished, I downloaded the complete video with the new background music and sound effects added. And that's a quick look at how Higgsfield Popcorn can take your visuals to the next level, from a single image to a full cinematic storyboard, all while keeping your characters perfectly consistent, and also how the entire video was put together. If you found this breakdown helpful, like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to start creating your own multi-scene stories today, you'll find the Higgsfield Popcorn link in the description box. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.